fucking nuts how big this is. This is my biggest land purchase ever. Rich people, they don't give a fuck about you. Welcome to Bali. There they go.
Yeah, birds in the trap, they gon' stink, matter. Call ya, daddy was a rolling stone, I get it from my father. Chain so heavy that I can't fuck on her. She know I was a devil cause I wear a lot of Prada.
So every time I come to Bali, I like to set up the cinema experience out here in the jungle as the sunset goes. With this view, you got the speakers, we watch some movies, maybe some DJ sets, have some drinks. One of my favorite things to do. So yeah, now I'm gonna get some drinks and see you later.
Sippin' OJ and the Chris, model with me, she lit. Black leather venom and trench, $1,000 gold on my wrist. This bitch drinking me, she a fish. The salt that they sprinkle on stick. I do a lot of things but don't miss. Your baby mama know that I'm me.
Bro, can I use your phone?
Yes.
Which iPhone is this?
It's 7.
iPhone 7? Now you have a 15.
Really?
Yep, for you.
Crazy. Thank you.
Enjoy,
so much.
enjoy.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, bro. Every morning, got to start with a nice triple shot espresso. And we say morning, but it's actually 1 p.m. because I have to wake up very, very late here. I've been going to sleep every day at 5 or 6 a.m. Not because I am a degenerate and partying all night. I wish that was the case. Actually, because I have to stay awake for the New York time zone. So that means I've got to go to sleep no earlier than 5 a.m. every day. I need to get 8 hours, so I'm usually up very late during the day. But that's okay, it only happens in Asia. So when I get back to Dubai or Europe, then it's a lot easier to manage. But in Asia and Australia especially, Australia's even worse. My sleeping pattern is fucked. But luckily we got this triple shot. Feels good to be back here. And yeah, a lot of people, they ask me, Julian, why do you always come to Bali? A lot of people don't know this, but I've owned a lot of villas here in Bali over the last few years. And when I was younger, like 2016, 2017, these were sort of the first breakthrough years for me where I started making my first serious money. So that was the first period where I went to 8 figures. And I realized that I didn't have too many physical assets. I didn't have too many properties, I only had one, and I wanted to start investing in things that I could feel and touch. I've been coming to Bali since I was 17, and Bali was not what it is now. It is extremely different. You know, I started investing here a few years ago, and it was honestly a gold mine. It was a great decision all those years ago. There's a lot of hate that happens to people that come to Bali that are, you know, young entrepreneurs trying to make it. And I've even seen some influencers and other people online talking about, you're only in Bali because you can't afford to be in Dubai. And I feel like this couldn't be further from the truth. Bali is a great stepping stone to come here, to be inspired, to be motivated, to network, because networking in Dubai isn't what you think. A lot of people say, oh, you're gonna be in Dubai, you're gonna be around all these people that are so high level, and just by being around them, you're just gonna be able to network. But it doesn't work like that. Rich people, wealthy people, they don't want to meet you. They don't give a fuck about you. Use me as an example. I'm not in Dubai sitting around trying to network with people. Why? Because I don't care anymore. Don't expect that you're going to go to Dubai and there's going to be all these millionaires and billionaires that just want to network. They don't. They're all loners, they're all introverts. They stay in their own zone and they don't really want to go out of it too much. But in Bali, it's very different. When you come here, there's definitely a big community aspect, and I think that it's very easy to network and to meet other like-minded people. And when you're young and you're trying to come up and make it, I don't think there's any better place than coming here. Like, I know very, very wealthy people that live here, millionaires and billionaires that could live in New York, Paris, London, Tokyo, but have decided to be here. I think it's just a preference. When you come to a third world country like Bali and you can appreciate the grittiness, when you go back to the first world, that's when you start to appreciate the things that you took for granted before. So I'm just saying this as a speech to not be disheartened by a lot of people that say that Bali is, you know, this spot that is only attracting people that are struggling trying to make it. It's not. There's a lot of people here that come for all their own reasons. Got a few more things to do. It's only going to be a quick trip, and yeah. Actually fucking nuts how big this is.
We build villa
Villa here?
Yeah, in front we do gym.
So yeah, everything you can see from pretty much the start of the street until the very end of this river is the land that that I've bought. I've had it for a year just trying to contemplate what to do. I've had many offers. I've even had people come and approach me and say, give us the land and we'll build everything out and you don't have to pay anything. But that's not my goal. All the land at the front is called Greenbelt. Greenbelt means that you're not actually allowed to build there, according to Indonesian laws. I don't know if that's gonna stay that way, but that's what I've been told over the years, that if you have Greenbelt land, you're not allowed to touch it, you cannot modify it, cannot be built on. So all of this land is facing that Greenbelt land, meaning that these views that you're gonna have here will be unobstructed, hopefully for the rest of my life. Now, I don't know whether that's gonna change. Eddie's told me that sometimes that can change, right, Eddie? I want to say that's corruption, but I don't want to say that's corruption.
Don't say like that.
But I think it's corruption. Anyway, I hope that nobody ever finds a way to swindle some of that land. So these views for however many years, and these views that are facing out are going to be unobstructed. So that's why this land is incredible. This plot here, like this is the golden, this is the big money maker, this plot, because you got the river right here, you got all the free greenery, sunset views, greenbelt, and the river wraps around. So you're going to have a river going like this. Just looking at it, it looks epic. Whoever gets this plot is going to be one lucky person, but it could be me, to be honest. I want to invest in things where I can learn at the same time. I'm no expert. I don't understand much about property. I don't understand much about development. My very first business, I started a music festival at 15 years old. This music festival, I had zero experience. I didn't even finish high school. I dropped out of high school at 14. I had no qualifications, no certificates, nothing. I just picked up the phone, I offered some money, they took the money, and then boom. Somehow, some way, this festival ended up becoming successful. And just by running that festival, within one event, I was now fully qualified, experienced event promoter. So for me, I'm in a very fortunate position that I can take money and I can use that money to educate myself. I've already made money with villas in Bali, but before I started, I had absolutely zero experience. This is my biggest land purchase ever, 1.1 hectares. It's absolutely fucking nuts. This is another learning experience for me. So maybe one day in the future, I can build a tower somewhere. Maybe I own a big tower in Dubai. The big money is building a tower, and my goal later in life is to own my own tower and maybe own many towers and own a hotel brand, you know, like a Four Seasons, like a Mandarin, like an Amman. That's my goal, that's my dream. I want to own a hotel, a very, very luxurious hotel chain that when you think of that name, when you hear that name, that's quality. So these are the stepping stones for me. You know, I go from small to medium to big, and then hopefully I can get there in a couple of years. I can be making another video where I own those things as well, and I've done those things as well with no experience. So yeah.
Risk and gamble like a blackjack, rolling the dice. Hundreds in my bag, just to cover my vice. Niggas throwing shade, trying to block the daylight. Money don't make you real, that's all my life.
Yeah, we're here in my restaurant, Penny Lane, Bali. As you can see, it's very busy right now. Very fortunate that breakfast, lunch, and dinner is very busy here. So going back to what I was saying before, you know, a few years ago, I wanted to essentially learn. I wanted to own a business that was something I could go, feel, and touch. I wanted a restaurant. There's many things that I still want to do in my life, but this was one of the first things. So I invested, and here we are today. You know, I've been very fortunate that it's become a successful restaurant. Since then, I've been investing into many different physical businesses, restaurants, bars, hotels. And yeah, every time I'm in Bali now, I like to come here, check in on it. But this business has been a very, very crazy one because unexpectedly it's become very successful. This restaurant in Bali, of all places, actually makes millions of dollars per year. People think Bali's a cheap destination and maybe you start a business that won't do that well. But actually before this business started, I'd heard stories of many other successful and popular restaurants and bars in Bali that were making crazy amounts. There's a restaurant called, I think, Mexicola. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah.
Mexicola was making $100,000 per day. There's a couple other ones that were doing massive amounts, you know, 80,000, 90,000 every single day they were open. So don't be fooled, guys. Bali is a gold mine and you can make serious money here, just like anywhere else. If you get in at the right time, you've got a good idea, good design. This was sort of one of the first places that opened as an Instagrammable restaurant. 2019, there weren't too many restaurants that were focusing heavily on making the interior Instagram friendly. So Bali was one of the first places where you saw a lot of these Instagrammable destinations begin, and then the rest of the world started to follow. So Bali was at the forefront, one of the first. Penny Lane was one of the first to sort of start that trend. Life isn't all about money and numbers in a bank account. There are things that you should go and do. Be creative, create things. Life is about creating. And if you're not creating, then you're useless. That's my advice to everybody watching. If you're fortunate enough to start making money, do things that inspire you, motivate you. They'll make you happier. If you can go somewhere, you can see things that you physically build and touch, and you see other people that touch, I promise you that will make you happy. If it's just about money, you'll never be happy. So yeah, see you next episode. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe here, like, comment, share, Instagram, Twitter, send me a DM and let me know you came from this video. See you later, guys.